What's up, my great people, my kings and my queens? It's your boy, your friend. It's your guy, Jew Joyner here. I have a dear gentleman who is on the line, has an amazing song that we've been playing. And I want to introduce you to Pastor Chris Wesley. Well, the whole group is not here of Undignified Praise, but he's here they're talking about their new project and new song, Good to Me. How you doing, Pastor C?
I'm wonderful, Drew. Thank you so much for having me, man. I am so excited to be on and be connected with all the listeners, man. Thank you so much for supporting the song as well, man. It means so much to me.
Now, here's what I love about the song. It's not your traditional it's not your traditional song that we are typically hearing on radio. You got a group. It sounds like a choir. It sounds like the way you even come in. It takes you there even before you even have to get there. I love it. So tell us about Good to Me. And I know, we can all get churchy about God is so good to me, but I just want to know where the motivation and encouragement came from for that song.
Man, so you got to know, man, I pastor a, multi-generational church. I'm young, but I grew up loving that old school kind of quartet sound music.
Man.
And so as we were preparing to do this new album, I wanted to write a song that felt like Sunday mornings the way I grew up.
Yeah.
And of course, as I started to reflect on the goodness of God, I was, as I'm writing the song, I was leaving Ghana. Wow. I spent some time on a global missions trip in Ghana and some different places there serving, and I was on a 10-hour bus ride and reflecting on the goodness of God, and that's how it all came together. Wanted to do some kind of churchy and quartet, and sitting on that bus in Ghana, the lyrics came to my soul. I was like, man, God's really, really, really been good to me.
That is something. So how long have you been ministering through song?
Oh man, I started as a worship leader, as a young teenager in my local church, trying to figure out, and discern God's call for me, knowing I love music, but singing in the choir as a kid growing up, and then leading worship as a teenager. I really just felt that call to do part of my ministry through that work, and I've been grateful that for years my church has let me practice my singing on them.
My God, I love it. So tell us about the church.
Yeah, I tell people I pastor the greatest church in the world. I pastor the Antioch Fellowship Church here in Dallas. I am the second pastor in the history of the church. We turned 39 this year as a church family.
Wow.
My father was my predecessor. He passed away in 2019. I was away doing some other ministry things for a few years. They called me back to come work alongside of him for the last year of his life. And then I was blessed to be elected to be his successor in February of 2020, a month before the world shut down. And so we're coming up on 5 years of me being a senior pastor, although I've been in full-time ministry for some time before that. But I love my Antioch church family. They've been so incredible in allowing me to pursue all the things that the Lord has on my heart to do. They're super supportive, and I love what the Lord is doing here in Dallas at Antioch. I'm so grateful for it.
That is so awesome. So tell us about the name Undignified Praise. Where was that derived?
Yeah, so there's an episode in the life of King David. You've probably read about it a few times, where David brings the Ark of the Lord back into the city.
Yes.
He's danced so much, praising the Lord so much. He dances right out his clothes. He gets to the palace. His wife talks about him, Saul's daughter, and his response is, I'll become more undignified than this. And what marked me about that, man, I was a kid. I was Undignified Praise, AKA UDP. We started in 2008. I was 18 years old. No, 19 years old. I just turned 19 years old. And I remember thinking, I guess what marked me wasn't simply that passage, it's what happens next in David's life. Because next is when the Lord makes the generational covenant with David.
Wow.
So this undignified praise precedes any sort of generational promise. And that marked me. It was like, man, if you think I'm praising crazy now, wait till you see how I praise when the promise comes.
My God.
So as a kid, it marked me. And that's who we all were. We were kids, man, trying to figure this out, loving God, loving music, loving each other, and feeling like, man, we're a little radical. It's a bit much for some people, but, with this belief that our praise is radical now, it's only going to elevate as God does what God does in our lives. And sure enough, man, the Lord has blessed us and, been good to us individually. People started families, working dream jobs and careers and all those sorts of things. And it's like, and our praise is only going higher and higher.
This is, we're talking to Pastor Chris Wesley about his new project, Good to Me. And he's telling us about the church, telling us about his ministry, telling us about how everything has come about. And Pastor, how can, you're such an encouragement. You're such a great man of God. I can feel it. I can sense it right now. How can individuals stay in contact with you on social media?
Yeah, so you can follow me on all social media outlets at Chris, CHRIS, the word dot, DOT, Wesley, WESLEY. So on all social media platforms, you can follow me at Chris dot, the word dot, Wesley. And in the same way, when you get there, you can also follow those links to connect with UDP, the group at UD Praise on all social media platforms. And then, of course, there you can even find out the church and see different clips of preaching and all that kind of stuff. But I would love to connect with you virtually, and love to get to know any other listeners. Now, another fun fact, I don't think I shared this with you. I live in Dallas, I pastor in Dallas, but I'm an MDiv student at Virginia Union. So I'm always in and out of Richmond. I love Richmond. That's my other home away from home. So shout out to all the STVU fam that might be listening.
Trust you and I, there are an abundance of STVU fanatics, students, alumnus, all of them are listening. We're about an hour and a half away, but my father is an alum, my brother is an alum. I can go down the list.
Wow.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I took another direction. I'm a Liberty guy. So,
okay.
I'm a Liberty guy. Yep. So I am finishing up my doctorate from Liberty this year. So
awesome.
Yep. So no shade to STVU. But I love it. I love it. My best friends are STVU friends, and I got a new one right here on the phone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's
you
wonderful.
Already know.
I salute you, sir. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend with us on today. Good to Me is the single, and I'm so grateful to have it, and I'm so grateful to play it, and I'm so grateful to be ministered ministered to my spirit through it. So please continue the good work, great work, God work, and allow God to continue to elevate you beyond your imagination. Thank you so much, Pastor Chris.
Thank you for the time. I appreciate you. And thank you for making space for artists. It means the world to me.
Bless you, sir. You take care.
Likewise, you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.